All right, no problem. So thank you so much, Mr. Tony Nwachukwu. We are live right now. Few weeks, not weeks now, this is few days ago, Rivers State Governor, former Governor Nyesome Wike, was seen dancing to the song On Your Mandate We Shall Stand inside Bajabia Miller's office. So one would think that maybe it's one of those plays, but we are now seeing the result of what had happened. The fact that as it stands, that dance was maybe he had president in order to carry out this so-called impeachment that is about to happen in Rivers State. Because as of now, we have 27 lawmakers of the PDP defecting to the APC, and it does look like most the next move will be impeaching. What's your take on this?
Number one is that former Governor Wike is a lucky man that someone like me is not the governor of Rivers State. He's very lucky. I would have teach him the ABCD of politics.
Mm.
You know, he's just because the style, he's not playing optimal politics. He's just one local politician. So what he did, 27 men in a party that has no faction, in a party that has no problem, just because he floats money around judiciary. He kept saying that. He kept saying that there's nothing judiciary can do to him. That he has enough of the carrots they can use. That's me care for you. But it's so lucky that I am not. My person is not the governor of Rivers State. I would have taught him simple lessons. And by the time he comes back, his next time, if he ever comes to Rivers State, then it becomes that. It's funny, there is nothing he can do. I can tell anybody there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he
What
can do.
what would you
Because
do
there's no
if you were
faction.
if you were
PDP has
Fubara?
no faction. Hold on. The law is clear. The constitutional provision is clear on how a member of a party, elected member of a party, can sway position. There's no faction in PDP. There's no faction in national structure. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no faction in PDP Rivers State. And there's no faction in the word of the so-called, um, what do you call it, the
Fubara.
legislators, crossover legislators.
Okay.
There's no faction in their words. So it's a very simple thing. There's a quick to action to what they have done. Number one is that the party, the party in River State, from their ward to local government to their zone and the state chapter of the party reject, should reject, and must should reject the joining, and then the PDP should proceed to court immediately. Should proceed to court against whether one or 27 of them or whatever, and then the people of River State and the government of River State should grant those legislators personal grantor. They shouldn't move into River State, and the governor of the state, Fubra, must take maximum security steps towards making sure that peace and tranquility reign in what do you call it in River State. Because I know that what Wike intend doing is exactly what Olusegun Obasanjo did using Anambra legislators in Asaba. You can't legislate for rivers from another state. For you to legislate for the rivers, you must be on the ground in rivers. You must be in River State House of Assembly. But I want to state that the All Progressive Congress Party should look at how terrible Wike is messing them up. It's a mess because for these guys to leave the party, A party that has no faction, or the party that is not factionalized, connotes, it does not suggest, it's a reality that they believe that nothing will happen. And they see that nothing will happen. But things must happen. So the PDP has an answer. It's a party affair, it's a party matter. It's not about the governor. But the government of Rivers State must maintain peace, maximum peace in Rivers State. And the meaning of that is that no human being will sit anywhere outside Rivers State. They should look at their law and find out if they have one thought is there, continue sitting in the state assembly. That's what the law permits. The law permits that one thought can meet. So if one thought can meet in the state assembly, then Wike can go dancing in his house with the rest of them. They can only operate outside. Anything they did not do, any action of the so-called legislator, there's something else they want. Wike wants to get him away. Wike can't get Fubra away. I don't see Wike getting Fubra away. And then that will be the collapse of him. Because he's assuring he cannot do anything. It's a money misroad. And the government of Rivers State should involve other actions. If he was governor, it is time to know how he governed. It is time to look at the finance of Rivers State because it's creating problem. All this heat is a recipe. All this heat that is ongoing, I have no means what is a recipe for alternate government because they are heating up the polity unnecessarily. Why is he doing that? If you are saying he's saying he went to shrine with somebody and then person to do or misbehave unnecessarily, to follow you does not mean to lick your ass. You can relate with somebody, but that doesn't mean the person should lick your ass. I'm stating this obvious, and that's the way I look at it. So for me, I want to believe that there is need for Wike to call himself to order.
Okay.
He need to call himself to order.
Yeah.
And then he's already turning into a hold on. He's already turning, he's already has he has turned himself. Not just that, he refused to fumigate himself of nuisance viruses. He has refused to fumigate himself of nuisance viruses. He has refused to do that. And since he refused to do that, there is no business. He has abandoned the business of administration. He can no longer administer the affairs of the Federal Capital Territory. He prefers making trouble in Rivers to quickly check him out. He should be checked out. He's no longer a minister. He's one advocate. He's now an unregimented advocate. He's behaving the way he likes. So he should leave governance. And should not be allowed to continue to use the money of taxpayers in FCT to generate crisis in Rivers State. It's very important. All of us are concerned. Nigeria is in a terrible situation. People don't see money to pay school fees. People don't see money to buy food. So many inflations, housing inflation, food inflation, transportation inflation. Wike is not contributing to the how do I put it? The basin, the basket of ministerial ideologies that can salvage the situation that Nigerians found themselves. He's busy throwing billions. Where is he getting the money from? Is it not time the government of Nigeria, the president, granted he may be the president crooner, but if he's constantly showing that the president that he is an unrestricted dog, he cannot be restricted, then the president should check him out. He should make way for a substantial person, for a person who is prepared to do politics or who is prepared to be minister of FCT. He should be asked quickly out. How can you wake up and 27 legislators in a state say they are joining APC to do what? Singing on your mandate. Where were they when Tinubu was seeking for a mandate in Rivers State? Where were they? It's important to know where they were. It's very important to know where they were. What happened in River State was vote apportionment. Because if he was working for Tinubu, Tinubu should have won River State landslide. He didn't. He apportioned votes. He was gambling. So how do you return a gambler? How can you keep a gambler in your house? One day he'll gamble with you. He's a troublemaker. The APC should emulate from what happened to him in PDP. Such men are not allowed to function. He should not be allowed to function. So he's creating problem. He's overcharging the Nigerian political heat. What he is doing is a recipe for alternate governance in Nigeria. He has no reason. Listen, it's true that the military boys are saying that the era of military is over. But how can it be over when somebody will go invest money and set up stage, a carnage that can take people's life? What is going on in River State is worse than insurgency. What is going on in River State is worse than insurgency. It's worse than insurgent kidnapping. It's worse than any criminality you can think of in this country. Because that episode that he has introduced will take lives. People will lose their lives. Down. Nobody knows where he's getting his money from. So, but it is time to set up government of River State. It is time to find out how he actually governed River State. It's very important.
All right. So
I heard him say that. I heard Wike say that if the current state government, if they tamper with the structure, I don't know what he mean by structure. I don't know what he mean by structure. Even God could not control the first wife he gave to Adam. And the same God also may have not controlled Adam. So these things are the problem. And everybody is a beneficiary of that. So I am pleading with the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a citizen of Nigeria, no longer to call Wike to order, but to permanently checkmate Wike before he will cause him problem. Permanently, I'm calling on the national leadership of APC to checkmate Nyesome Wike. They should not admit those people into APC. They should not. The carpet was laid. I told you when that carpet was laid, when they say problem, but there is need. To embark on real-time government, and the people will see that. They will be convinced, not in Nyesome Wike. Wike is not their God.
so
We already in the 21st century. So this type of petty politics should not be tolerated. He should be removed from office. He should be removed as Minister of Federal Capital. He cannot. This man abused. He abused every privilege. He abused every privilege. He abused everything that he sees. So that's it. Your questions.
so we understand that there was a meeting between Fubara, the president, and Nyesome Wike himself, and that meeting, I'm sure that it felt like everything has been settled. What do you think is the mannerism? What do you think is behavioral pattern of presidents to what is going on? It does look like has given the authority to do what he's doing. After all, it is to his own benefit.
They don't go too far. One truth Wike doesn't understand is that Tinubu is not that kind of man. He shouts on, make noise, bragada, take his drink, and shout. President Tinubu is not that kind of man. He understands his joke more than him. President Tinubu understands Wike's jokes more than Wike that is playing the jokes. That is the truth. What is he insinuating? That the senior president from that. So why should Wike be disturbing? What recognition does he want to do? He wants to show that he's in charge of River. You cannot be in charge of the River State. The governor is the one in charge on the ground, and the president is in charge of every state in Nigeria. So Wike cannot be a minister and be in charge of. Wike have no executive powers. Maybe he's still dreaming. Somebody told me that he wakes up in the night and says, "Oh, sorry, I thought I'm still the governor." He can't. There is a senior president from that region, and the question is whether that senior president is enjoying Wike's joke. Because when the chips are down, he will be shoved aside. So they better shove him aside on time. I don't know what he's trying to show. That how can he be in charge of Rivers State? He can't be in charge of Rivers people. There's a governor there. He can't be in charge of Rivers people. There's a senior president there. He can't be in charge of Rivers people. There's a president of the republic there. So he can't. So since he cannot manage the FCT that he was given, they should remove him. They should remove him. Let him go and have some peace somewhere.
You're asking.
He should go on holiday. The should send him on holiday.
You're asking the president to remove him. How possible is it? Because he's doing the same thing in Lagos. After all, he did that until he became the president. So, is it possible to ask somebody who is of that caliber to remove somebody who is also doing the same thing that he did in Lagos and is still doing it?
Well, if you say the president did that in Lagos, I didn't see. I can't really see such or affirm to such observation, because he was governor and he has never actually come out. I know you want to cite the case of Ambode.
Yes.
Possibly. But the case of Ambode, he's not same as this. Tinubu never came out to say Ambode will not be governor of Lagos State. Tinubu managed himself and allowed Ambode to do his 4 years. That the Mr. President still need him, that the senior president from the region still need him, that the stakeholders of Rivers State still need him, then they will allow him, but not to start fomenting trouble. You don't want people of Rivers State to have peace. The name Wike caused me cough. It makes me cough. I don't like talking about it. It makes me cough. You can't compare him with President Tinubu. President Tinubu is a sophisticated politician. I want to give it to him. Despite the fact that I may not be in his party, but I am giving it to him that he is more sophisticated. I followed him all the trail through the days of Nadeko, when June 12th was being contended by Nigerians, when June 12th had the support of Southwest, of which himself was there. So Tinubu cannot behave like him. President Tinubu is a sophisticated politician, very sophisticated. This man is embarrassing him. I'll say it anywhere. I'll say it anywhere. It doesn't matter how anybody feels about it. Let him stop his nuisance for some other time. That is the truth. These House of Assembly members, they should stop their fun. They cannot be in APC. PDP does not have such crises. You don't prepare next 4 years election with crisis. You don't. You prepare it through performance. Through performance. So since he can't work in the FCT, let them change him. As a matter of urgency, he should be changed. It should be changed.
Okay, so
before the lands in the FCT will disappear. Before the lands there will disappear. We don't want the lands to disappear, because if we continue to invest in crisis, somehow he may be forced to tamper with public funds. So we don't want all the lands to disappear. If somebody is saying that lands those allocated were not properly documented, and then he is involving himself in politics. And if he involves himself in politics, what happens? Somehow he will tamper with the property of the federation. So let them remove him. Let them remove him. They should move him to occupy. Go and work resurrect Peugeot Nigeria, Peugeot assembly plant. It can be fixed there. Can be chairman of that location, or allow him to go on a self holiday.
Okay.
Let him go on holiday. Something is happening to him. He's not a happy man. He's not a happy man. If you let somebody to shrine and you put off you swear and the person is acting ultra-vice, so why are you fighting him? Allow the shrine to find the person. Allow the juju to fight that person. Why are you fighting him? Say he swore. He swore. Now allow the juju to fight him. Why are you fighting him? Is he saying his juju has no power? Let him juju go and fight for brother. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, so on a final note, on a final note, what do you make of
I want to beg you because my voice is not clear.
Okay. On a final note, the lawmakers who defected, what do you make of them? Do you think they are willing to?
Of what?
We've spoken about this so much. Well, if there is no godson, there will be no godfathers. Do you think those lawmakers are hoodwinked, or maybe because they are helped by Wike to get their tickets? Remember, Wike said that nobody bought PDP tickets in the state. Do you think this is more like a payback time for the lawmakers, that the reasons why they are doing what they are doing?
Yes, the fact is that God is paying Wike back. Nature is paying Wike back, and he doesn't want to realize that. And if he doesn't realize that, sincerely, he may not like so many things he's going to see. He should just allow Fubra. Himself, what of those he had deals with that he shortchanged? What of those he swore with that he shortchanged? Is it not Madam Jonathan that helped him to become governor? How far? How well? We should stop talking about that. There's nothing like Godfather in politics.
Mm.
Didn't he collect money upon that he's a governor? Did he give him? Did he help him free? Was it a free will help or donation that he made to Fubra? Forget that. You traded that as a business. If you were sincere, you should have allowed PDP to select their candidate and you go your way. He traded that, so he should not stop crying. Fubra is the man on the ground. There's nothing you can do about it. Tinubu should remove him.
Okay.
Wike should go on sabbatical. Sabbatical leave. Should go on political sabbatical leave and rest. I don't want to talk about him again. He's causing me cough.
No problem. Thank you so much.
He's causing me cough.
We truly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I would like to stop so far. The greatest thing President Tinubu will do for himself is to remove him and stop his unseasoning embarrassment to the federal government. What is he fighting for? And who is he fighting? So they should remove him. They should take away that gun from his hand before he scatter his legs. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. And bye.
Bye.